when Christian is still beating the crap out of League, All Might appears, but then Christian is hit by a tectonic wind blast. He goes, and then he's knocked out because he hits one of the walls and goes. And Deku and all them see this on TV and they go, a child. Most of the TV people, besides Deku and all that crap, say, a child just got hurt. He goes, then All Might starts to fight him, and then when he gets a shot at him, Christian goes, past her, and activates Wild Charge, going, Wild Charge! They say, is that kid insane? He goes, and tries to punch him, All For One blocks, he goes, then he activates the Wild Charge again and goes, and hits him in the head, then backflips around going for another one. People are realizing that it's getting stronger every time he hits him. And everyone starts cheering for him, going, go! They go, go! He goes, ah! Even stronger this time, breaks the guard of him. He goes, ah! Then he goes, Pikachu! And thunderbolts him. He goes, ah! Then he disappears, going, Electro Ball! Close range, mother flipper! Boom! And shocks. Yeah. Then he says, oh, my, try and distract him so I can use my secret move. They go, right. He says, damn it, I can't use it. He says, oh wait, my gun. He pulls out a flamethrower and they say, that's not going to do anything to... He goes, and spreads it to the sky. They say, what is he doing? Then a thunderstorm rolls up. Todoroki says, I know this move, he says, go! They say, what is he talking about? Todoroki gets on like a thing and tells them what's gonna happen. It tells them that he's summoned a giant lightning dragon and absolutely destroy him. They go, do it! He goes, with a thunderclap, be gone. He goes, and then pierces on All For One, going, then explodes. Then he's on the ground. Christian says, time for some manipulation. Activates lightning, creates a lightning bow, going, Indra's arrow. He shoots the arrow, hitting All For One. He goes, then Christian says, thunderbolt. He goes, then he just shoots a wind blast, going, Christian says, I only have one chance. He says to use this, he is Electro Ball, and shoots it. It goes through the blast, cutting through it, going shoo. Then he says Thunder Punch to hold it back while the Electro Ball goes through it. It's starting to fade away with the power, but he goes Then he adds an electric current to it, which makes the Electro Ball stronger and faster. He goes and then hits All For One in the face. He goes Then All Might says, United States of Smash! And that doesn't wear a One For All this time. He's knocked out. Christian falls down, going Then everyone goes, woohoo! Eraser puts his hand on his head, going, that kid. Everyone in UA is cheering, clapping their hands. They go, yeah, they won! Then when he falls down, it's like Kakashi and Sasuke, where he falls down and All Might puts his knee there so that he doesn't fall. He goes, thanks, All Might. Then grabs his hand and then pulls himself up. He goes, he says, wow, kid, that was very brave. I don't know how you had that much strength. He says, look, it's the power of my quirk. I have many abilities with it. It's fun to use. He says, you should graduate UA right now. He goes, but I don't want to. I want to stay with my friends. He says, but then everyone sees All Might's true form. Christian goes, shh, I never knew that. All Might turns into Flat Stanley and falls to the ground. Christian picks up All Might and brings him to the hospital, and All Might's actual for all has ran out. When Christian gets back, he goes, excuse me, what? Breakfast crew. I don't know. I don't know what the breakfast crew is.
Your breakfast crew.
What even is the breakfast crew? Bye. to this. Non-delete. So, after defeating All for One, they get dormed. And Eraser tells them that you would all be expelled, besides Christian Hagakure and the people who stood back, waiting. But, since I'm nice, I'll let you guys stay. You guys will all be staying in this dorm. Christian says, yeah! And unpacks all his stuff. Then they do a room scan thingy. They all say, cool. Then they look at Christian's room and they say, what animal is that? He says, that's a kitsune fox. It's rare. Very rare, actually. It's like the only one in the world. He goes, I keep it since it's kinda, it likes my electricity for some reason. He says, cool. Oh yeah, I might be doing a What If I Was in Pokemon Kalos edition. Man, I love Kalos. It's my freaking favorite region. I love it. Best region ever. Best Ash. He gets taller. The man finally gets some height. It's either that Serena is small, Serena, Clement, and Bonnie are tiny, or Ash just gets taller. I don't know, but whatever. Let's just get back into this. His is a... Then he said, but then when they head back, all they hear is crying. They hear... They go, Christian goes, what the hell was that? They go, Bakuro says, I don't even know. They look down there, they see a kid with weird, smooth, green hair with a pink dress. Christian says, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. Then he walks out and says, hey kid, what's your name? He says, I'm 16. He goes, excuse me, what? He goes, how are you 16? You look 4. Then he starts to cry even more. He goes, damn it, I am about to nuke everybody here if I don't know what the hell goes on. Then when they go to... Then after that, he says, Christian goes, holy shit, Todoroki, you know this little brat? I mean, you know this little guy? He says, I don't know who he is. He says, what's your name, little guy? He says, I'm not little, and my name is Zuko Midoriya. Christian goes under the couch and cradles up, going, my life is a lie. Uraka says, are you alright? He goes, no, I'm not okay. That thing is disgusting. He goes, then Uraka says, don't cry, it's okay. He goes, don't like you don't know me. Brat! Deku gets angry mode and goes, I don't know who you think you're talking to, but the only Brad here is you. Then he goes, yeah. Christian says, that's it, and then pulls out a grenade. He says, the next time this thing cries, I will pull off the top. He goes, ah! He says, that's it. Yeah. He throws the grenade, they all run going, ah! But then the grenade does a tiny little explosion, exploding him, turns in, and then he goes, ah! It hurts so bad. He says, that was the weakest grenade I wasn't even through. I didn't even hit you, actually. That wasn't even a grenade. That was a fake one. You are dumb. You are ugly. You are disgusting. I want to kill you. He says, that's not very heroic. He says, shut up, spiky hair. I do what I want, and this little Brad needs to go. He goes, duh. He says, Kachan, they're bullying me. Save me. He goes, peace out, fuckers. I want nothing to do with this thing. Then walks out. Then he said, but then they calm down Bratty Broccoli. Christian says, alright, so, he says, why did you call Uraka a brat? He says, well, because she is. Her and Momo Yaoyorozu are brats. Christian says, geez, are you like not from here? Because he's a Zuko Midoriya, aka Deku, aka Deku Baku Deku. He says, Baku says, what did you say? He says, Baku Deku, my new ship. He goes, nah, fine, it's Deku Ocha and Todo Momo. He said, then, oh yeah, Todoroki isn't there actually. Then Todoroki walks down with Momo Yaoyorozu. They walk down. Out of nowhere, the soft Deku jumps up in the air going, "Don't touch my boyfriend, you." S-L-U-T. Christian says, "Holy crap, I'm gonna shoot this thing." Then he throws a knife, which cuts it in the face, going, and pins it against the wall with its dress. He goes, "Ah!" He says, "That was fun." Then Todoroki freezes him up to his neck and says, "Why did you attack Yajirozu?" He says, "'Cause you're my boyfriend and you're cheating on me." He says, "I don't know you. I'm not gay." He goes, Christian says, "Can I kill this thing, please? I want to thunderbolt it till I reach my maximum watt limit." He goes, Todoroki says, "Do it." Deku says, No. Then Christian throws Deku to the side saying, "I'm getting this little thing." Grabs him by the neck, just like, he's tiny. He's like the size of a squirrel, but a little bit bigger. He picks it up by the neck going, "Goodbye." Bam! Punches him into a wall. He goes, Christian says, "Get back here, you little rascal." And he's running away like a squirrel, running with his weird cat tail and cat ears. He goes, "Get the hell back here." He says, "I will kill you. Bakugo, count me." He goes, "Damn right I will." He goes, "Get back here." And they're chasing it. Then Aizawa walks in saying, "What the hell's going on?" He says, "We found me, but the soft version, and Christian and Bakugo are trying to kill him." Because he called Uraraka and Momo and basically every girl in our class a brat. And he basically is annoying. He also tried to attack one of our friends, so like that's why. He goes, I don't get paid enough for this, I'm leaving." Then the Deku rams his head into Aizawa saying, going, and falling. Aizawa punts him, going, "Yay!" Christian says, "Thanks, Mr. Aizawa, Thunderbolt!" Then Bakugo says, "How about a stun grenade to go with it?" Boom! He says, "Deku, isn't this kind of illegal?" He says, "It's not really illegal." Christian says, "Hold on, I'll be right back." He knocks him up, puts him in a bag, and then rushes over to League of Villains base saying, knocking up, he says, "Shigaraki, please don't attack. I have something for you." He says, "Is it a shot caller for us?" He says, "Before y'all attack me, I have a gift." They say, "What is it?" He pulls out his bag and they hear crying. They say, "What the?" He opens it and says, "Kill it." Then throws it and says, "I'm out of here." Then they go and start to kill it. They kill it. They go, Then he says, "Where'd you go?" He says, "League of Village base." He says, What were you doing there?" He says, "I dropped off Deku there. I think they're killing him now." Then they see him sticking his tongue, baby Deku, aka soft Deku, going, doing a weird dance. He says, "How the hell are you here? I threw you there." He says, "I ran back. Stupid." And goes, Deku slaps him so far. He goes, "You little." He says, "I will kill you." Bakugo says, "I will too." He says, "Well, just saying, Momo, Yajirozu, and Ojako, Mina, Jiro, and all the girls in your class are brats." Then Deku snaps, and so does Kirishima, so does Denki, so does Todoroki. They all go, "Get over here, you little shit." Christian gets a hold of him and saying, "Get back here, you little rat." Then slams him against the wall going, "Yeah, get the hell back." Then he squirms out going, He says, "How the hell is this thing so agile?" Then he grabs his tail and he goes, He says, "Die!" And throws it against a wall going, Then they all go, "You wait, boys, combo attack." Bakugo says, "Stun grenade." Deku goes, "Detroit smash." Todoroki says, "Fire blast." Denki goes, 1.5 million volts. Kirishima goes, "Rock punch." Boom. Mana says, "Pop off barrage." Christian says, "Thunderbolt." The girls say, "Holy shit, he's dead. There's no way he survived that." Then out of nowhere a figure comes, which is my character. He says, "Yo." He goes, "Who the hell are you?" He says, "Yeah, he will have to stay here for 24 hours, then y'all can kill him." He says, "I don't care, I just made him invincible for now." He says, "Then how did he get back here?" He says, "Oh, I teleported him." He goes, Then, when Christian goes to sleep, When Christian goes to sleep, he hears whimpering at the night. He goes, "What the?" Opens his eyes and sees soft Deku punching his Kitsune Fox. He says, "That's it, you little brat!" and rips his head off, going, "Yeah." But then his head regenerates, and then he throws him out of the room, going, "Yeah! Eat that, you spoiled little brat!" Then locks his door this time, and puts it in the group chat of the UA students, "Lock your doors." He just went and attacked my Kitsune, and started to punch it so lock your doors, and I ripped his head off, but he's still alive. They all agree and lock their doors. He sleeps on the couch. Christian's sleeping, he goes, but then out of nowhere they hear, "Ah!" And Christian says, "That sounds like Bakugo." "Get out of here, you little runt!" And then all they see is Christian gets up, he gets a flying squirrel at his face. He says, "What the?" Then catches him saying, "Bakugo, what happened?" He says, "This little brat was sleeping in my bed with me." He goes, "I told you to lock your door, goddammit." He says, "I didn't get the message, I was sleeping." He goes, "Damn it!" He says, "Now we have to take this thing to school with us, because it's only been like 10 hours almost. We only slept for 10 hours. Then they go to school with this thing. Christian says, "I'll keep it with me." It's not that bad, it's just his attitude and his clothes. He can be kind of small. He says, if we get away his weirdness, his clothes, change him, make him look normal. He says, "No, matter of fact," he says, "Now, Soft Deku, you're coming with me." He runs in the room and says, "Alright, we're getting you new things." He puts on stuffed animal clothes so that only fits him. He goes, takes off the cat ears and the cat tail. He says, give him the sweatshirt. He says, "Now, punch my leg." He goes, "But that's rude." He says, "Do it, goddammit, or I will thunderbolt you." He goes, he says, "That was good for someone like you." He says, "Now, take off all those clothes, you look ugly." He says, "Shut up, I like them." He says, "Oh, I'm sorry." He says, "Good job." Then they go, Christian puts out his finger, and he puts out his tiny little hand, and they go, "High five!" Boom. He picks him up and puts him on his head. He says, "Alright, let's go." He says, "You seem standing it long." He says, "I'm trying to fix him so he doesn't act weird in UA." Then he goes and puts him on his head. He says, "What is that thing still doing here?" Christian says, "He has to stay for a couple of hours. And don't worry, I'm taking care of him. He's not that bad anymore." He says, "One brat move though, and he's getting thrown into a wall. Isn't that right, Short Stack?" He goes, "Yes, sir." He goes, "I didn't even tell you to say that, but whatever." 1 hour later, another portal opens, and 2 more figures come out. It's a Bakugo and a Todoroki. Christian says, "Huh?" He says, "Wait." He says, "Little guy." He puts him on his hand, saying, Is that the guys from your university?" He says, "Also, why are you so small? You look the size of a squirrel." He goes, When I was born, I didn't even look like I was born." He goes, "Excuse me, what?" He says, "Yeah, Kachan's mom and Todoroki's dad, Kachan's family and Todoroki's family, well, Todoroki forced my mom to give me before I was even born." He says, "That's weird. So I was like a baby when at 10, I was so small. I used to get stepped on all the time and get my bones broken." He says, Christian says, "Geez, I feel bad for you." He says, "Also, I don't, because of how you called my friends brats." Then he says, "Deku." He says, then the little Deku hides behind Christian. He says, "What are you guys gonna do to him?" He says, "We just want our Deku back. Or a Zuku back." He says, "Take him." But then he gets a claw to his neck. He says, "Ow! Damn you!" He says, "What'd you do?" He says, "I don't want to go back with them." He says, "I'm sorry, but this is how it has to be." But then Christian says, "Yeah, I won't let you have him." But then he gets scratched in his face saying, "Haha, losers, I'm still going with them. I just did that so they'd love me more." Christian says, "Why you little..." Then he rips off the clothes and putting back his weird outfit. Christian says, "Why you little..." He goes, "Damn it!" Then says, "Electro Ball!" and destroys the Bakugo and Todoroki. He can kill them, so he kills them. Then he kicks them back in the portal, going, "Eat that, you stupid idiots!" He says, "Now for you, brat." He goes and throws him against the wall, putting a crater. He goes, "Ah! Choo!" He says, now it's time to beat your sprat. He goes, and beats the crap out of him. The brat is crying while he's getting beaten up. Principal Nezu walks into this. He says, what's going on? He says, this little brat decided to come into our world, call our friends brats, gain our trust, beat up my pet, sleep with Bakugo. I changed his attitude, make him nicer. His friends come, his boyfriends come, all better. Now he's back to normal. I'm gonna wreck this thing. He hits him up, going, how about a set? Then he teleports somehow to the Haikyuu universe. He goes, huh? They say, who are? Hinata says, who are you? He says, I'm Christian. He says, what team? What position do you play? He says, I'm not from here. He says, Tobio says, Boke. He obviously plays the setter as what he's doing. He says, what the hell are these positions? What are you guys talking about? I don't even know how I got here. They go, Then Coach Yukai says, hey, you're playing in our next game. He says, no, I'm not. I don't know any of you. Then he says, I'm trying to do a smack this thing across the universe. Tsukishima says, allow me. He goes, hell no. This thing deserves way more punishment than what you're probably going to give him. He says, I will thunderbolt him. Nishinori runs up to him. You know Thunder? He says, yeah. He throws him. He says, what's your guys' quirks? They say, what's a quirk? He says, God fucking damn it. Then throws him up the air going, Thunderbolt! Ah! They go, oh, that's so awesome! He says, my friends have other powers. But, if you mind, I have to go punt this thing. Goodbye. He goes and grabs him and throws him up in the air and punts him, going, boom! And he goes flying. Like a bullet. He goes, boom! But then he gets hit in the back of the head by him. He says, how? He goes, Tsukishima says, I think you threw him so far that he turned around the earth. He says, ha-ha! Everybody who thinks the earth is flat, damn you, all of you! Ha-ha! Then he smiles and goes, He says, so what are you doing here exactly? He says, I was about to punt this thing, but then I got teleported here. He says, hold on, how many hours has it been since 10 o'clock, since about 5 o'clock yesterday? I mean, about 8 o'clock yesterday? Kageyama says, about 23 hours. He goes, holy crap, creator, teleport me back! He says, with pleasure, he says, nice meeting you guys! I say, nice meeting you! Then he gets teleported. Coach Yukai says, I don't know what the hell just happened. He goes, Then he gets teleported to the other classroom. He says, guys, 1 more minute left until I can punt this thing. He goes, he says, everyone, I'm going to throw Uraka. You're going to touch him to make him go like that. Molo, you create a flamethrower. Everyone use their full power attacks to kill this thing. Principal Ned says, there will be none of that. He says, did you not hear what I told you? He says, oh yeah, kill it. He says, we're getting everyone. He says, All Might Endeavor. They say, what is it? He says, we have a new victim. Endeavor says, Shota. Christian throws a paper clip at his head. He goes, oh, stop with the Shota. Then he says, it's time. Then throws him up in the air. They all go, ah, with their full power quirks and incinerate him. They go, he goes, ah! Then gets disintegrated and he's no longer alive. Christian says, brum, 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 I want you in there. Then he's singing, going, hey, 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 brr, 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 brr. We finally don't have him. Then the big three, okay, let's pretend like that happened. Then the next day, the big three comes in. Mirio introduces himself, and they all introduce themselves, and then they go to their fight.